What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Garage Builds. As you guys can see here, we got the Jato taken apart. We have our engine out because it was running a little funny on the old carburetor, so I decided to get a new one for it. So we're gonna see how well it works, and we're gonna see if that makes a difference. But yeah, let's put it together. Let's see what we can do. Ooh. Alright, so first thing I know, yeah, this engine, this right here, usually goes straight across on the Jato. So that's the first thing I'm gonna have to do. Just loosen that up. And for that, we're gonna need this very small Allen wrench. Oh, perfect, this one right here. Okay, so you loosen that up. And it goes like that. Pretty much sits around there. You can test it out before you install this. Let's test it out, so we can kind of see where it's gonna go. All right, let me put this back in here. Just like so. And let me show you guys up here. All right, so you pretty much align your engine right here, and you're gonna put this back on to your servo. This is just so you can align your throttle link. So this one right here, so you guys can see. This one here has to align straight into this one right here. So just make sure she's straight enough. Right about there. You see how it would be connected right there? That's where it would connect that one right there. So that's just where you want it, leave it there. Now you take it back off. And it should be right at the spot where you want it at. Try not to move it. Get the carb back out. Alright, make sure it doesn't move. Just tighten it back up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Alright. Okay, now that we got that on, we can now install it onto the engine. All right. I should have had actually aligned it right away. So we're gonna put it back in. It's the good thing about nothing being screwed on right now. You're gonna have to do a lot of testing so you can make sure it lines up. You wanna put everything together and then have to retake it apart because you didn't align stuff. So you can turn it. You'll see which way it would fit. Let's see. Just about, let's see. I think right there's, I think that's about right. All right. Let's take the engine back out. And now we can push in the carb all the way in. And we're gonna lock her up. All right. Now we're gonna get tool right here. What I like to do, just press it down while you tighten it up, so you can get a nice seal. There we go. So you guys can see right there. It's nice and closed. Now let's get to the next part. All right. Now that we got our new carburetor in, time to start putting everything back together. Push her in right here. Make sure it goes in. Gotta line it with the gear. Alright, so after you guys got your engine screwed on, but not fully tightened down, this right here is the most important part, or else you're going to be stripping gears back and forward. So the first thing you're going to want to do, you want to get it as close as possible, but not literally rubbing onto each other, or else this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Look, this is too tight. I'm holding it out. Hear that? You see how it grinds instead of rolling? That's too tight. And then there's a little bit out. Feels loose, but if you guys can see real close, teeth are barely catching each other, so that's too loose. So you want it to be like in there, not too tight, not too loose, so you guys get a smooth like that. So now what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna hold the engine down into place right where you want it. So you get that smooth turn and you have a catching real good in there. All right, you hold the engine down. And while you're holding it down, you're gonna start tying the screws down little by little. You're gonna go crisscross. And before you fully tighten, you're gonna go back and check your mesh again. So the trick right here is gonna be to check the mesh every time you tighten the screws. Because whenever you tighten the screws, the engine starts to move a bit and starts to sit itself into place. See, as you guys can tell, see how it kind of stops? It's a little tight. Just drag it out just a tiny bit. It's gonna let you move it because it's not fully tightened. So it's about there. It's about it. It's pretty much where I want it right there. So now what I'm going to do, just gonna hold the engine and we're gonna keep on tightening them crisscross. All right. Check your mesh again. She feels a little tight, so just loosen your screw up a bit. So you can give it a little bit of movement. It's pretty short right there. All right. Now that she's fully tight, you have a good mesh. You want it to roll smoothly, just like so. Now that we're done there, we can connect our fuel line here. And turn it over to the other side. Look at that, we have a pull starter now, guys. Listen to that. All right. Now we can put our exhaust. Right here. We got our engine in there. Now we can connect our other fuel line. There we go. Now we can actually connect our throttle link right here. Pop it on there. Let's connect our electronics, make sure everything is working properly as it's supposed to. All right, let's see, let's get our transmitter. Yeah, don't laugh at my servo. It's a crybaby. All right, everything's working. But since we're running nitro, boys, you don't hear that thing once it's running. So I don't really mind. I use that servo straight out of my spare box. But what do you guys think? Look at that, Jato got a new shock tower. She's looking kind of nice. What do you guys think about the little budget build right here? It's not looking too bad, not too shabby. All right, let me show you guys the body wet we got for it. It's a little funny looking, but hey, it's a little different, man. When you ain't even gonna know it's a Jato when you see this thing pulling up, man. Look at that. Thing looks like a monster. What do you guys think? Comment down below what you think about this little body I got for it. I already had it in the as a spare. I just had it laying there collecting dust, so you know, Jato didn't have a body, so I was like, why not put it to use? Let me know what you guys think. There's a new body for it right there. Jato looking bad. Now, the next thing is to go run this bad boy. Let's see how she does with the new carb. So before we run the real with this carb, I'm gonna show you guys how I used to run with the old carburetor, so we can see the difference of just changing the carburetor out. You know, just warming up the engine with my little light. It's pretty cold out, so you know I want to take her out for a little rip. Just gonna let her sit there for a couple minutes, see if she warms up a bit. Just make it a little easy start. Let's get to it. All right, now that we got this bad boy outside, we're gonna give it a little tune out here. Got a little sock on it, so keep her kind of warm. So right here we got our top speed needle right there, and right there. That small one, that's our low speed needle right there. So those are the ones we're going to be adjusting, and we're gonna see what we can do to it. Let's see if it even starts what that setting is on right now, and we'll adjust it from there. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn on electronics. Okay. And we're going to prime the system. Have our glow igniter here, flat screwdriver. To prime the system, you can hold the exhaust like that. You'll see the fuel coming up. Once you got some fuel in there, you're going to see it go up the fuel line. Let's see what she got. Look at that. It started right up. We're going to test it out the way the carburetor came without touching it. We'll see if we have to tune it or not. It looks pretty good though. Let's get some temps in it and let's test it out. This thing's a monster. Two-speed, baby. I like you guys, this thing's a monster. Oh my god. This is my first Jato, man. This thing's so monster. Oh, she ran out of fuel. And she's gone. Alright, so I just had my actual first runs on the Jato. Man, this thing is a monster. So I did notice she was running a little tiny bit lean in the bottom. So I reaching out the bottom up a bit and the top, just because I like to run them a little bit on the richer side, so engine can last a while. And we do know it is a used engine, so we don't know its previous passes. We do know the thing was gummed up, remember? But we look at her now, she's ripping. You guys want to see one more rip? One more rip? All right, that's a bet. I'll start this puppy up for you guys. Come on, man, we can't, you know how we do it at Garage Builds. Can't close out the video without another pool, you know? Come on, let's get this puppy running. That's why we got it running, right? So we can rip it. Hopefully, still got fuel in it. ripper, boys. One more for you guys, one more. Woo! That thing got swirly, boys. This thing's a monster. Always pinch your car to shut it off. 1, 2. That was a little bit lean. Just a little tiny bit. You want it to turn off in about 3 seconds. It's about right to me. I mean, everybody does it their own way, but I did pinch it a little close to the carb, so that's why it went out a little quick. But usually it's about 3 seconds. If you pinch it and it turns off in about 3 seconds, your low speed is tuned about right. So hopefully you guys like this video. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.